welcome back to another video. In today's video, we have NXT Battleground predictions. Now, I know we don't usually do NXT, but we felt like this card is stacked up to be a very good card and a very good show. We have a lot of big name people who aren't really from WWE who will be on this card. So yeah, kind of get into it. How you feel about this card, though?
Yeah, I mean, really good. They got pretty much all of my favorites from NXT on this card all at once, so that's pretty cool. And the big obvious one that everyone's going to be excited for is Jordynne Grace and Roxanne Perez. But yeah, we just got through watching this week's NXT. Really good stuff there. We've seen Roxanne Perez. We've seen Roxanne Perez go face to face with Jordynne Grace after her match.
Got a little physical as well.
Yeah. And we've seen her backstage again with Mia Yim and whatnot. But yeah, pretty cool. Very excited for this card. That's why, like he said, we decided to do this one. But yeah, we're gonna get right into it.
Yeah, and we're going to start off with the ladder match for the inaugural NXT Women's North American Champion. And we have Sol Ruca, Lash Legend, Fallon Henley, Jada Parker, Michin, and Kalani Jordan all competing for the champion. And who do you have winning?
I think for this one, I think I'll go Sol Ruca. I just really like her. She's one of my favorites that I mentioned. Yeah, she's one of my favorites.
For this one, I think I am going to go with Lash Legend. She feels like the most prominent person in this match. She's the one who's kind of the focus point, probably the most, like, she has the most TV time out of any women, I would say. We see her, besides, obviously, Roxanne and stuff. But she seems like somebody who WWE has like, a lot of, they see a lot of potential in her and stuff like that. So I can definitely see her being the first women's North American champion. After that, we have the NXT North American Champion, where we have Obafemi defending it against Wesley and Joe Coffey in a triple threat match. And who do you have for this one?
I think for this one, I will go with Wesley getting the North American Championship back. And I do think eventually when he does lose it, he'll probably be called up after that, because he did look like he was going to be called up at some point. But then he got injured and it kind of set him back, I would assume. So I do think he'll go on a run potentially here and then get called up after.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. For this one, I'm going to go Obafemi to retain. I just think that he's this big dominant force in NXT right now. I don't see him losing anytime soon. But I would like to see Wesley, like you said, regain the title, and then when he eventually loses it, go to main roster. I would love to see him be on main roster already, but unfortunately, like you said, injuries affected that. But yeah, I'm going to go Obafemi for this match. Next up, we have an NXT Underground match where Shayna Baszler will be taking on Lola Vice. Who do you have in this one?
I think for this one, I will go with Shayna Baszler. The last time we seen her, she did lose, so I think it's only right that this time maybe she does get the win. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go Shayna Baszler as well. The video package they showed tonight was very cool. I liked it. It felt very UFC-like, kind of just showing the history of Shayna Baszler and how dominant of a force she was in NXT back in the day. So yeah, I think she gets the win here, and hopefully this builds to another singles run on main roster for Shayna, because I think she's a good talent who deserves better than just the women's tag belts right now. But after that, we have the tag team champions on the line, where Nathan Frazier and Axiom will be taking on the OC of Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. And who do you got winning this one?
I think I will go with the OC. I think you could potentially do some stuff with the AJ Styles storyline going if they do have the titles, or if they don't, really doesn't matter, I guess. But if you do have the titles, I think that'd make it more prominent because they'd be seen more, and they'd be seen on SmackDown and whatnot. But yeah, I do see them going over here.
I definitely see what you say, but I am going to go Nathan Frazier and Axiom. Kind of for the same reason what you said, just mainly because I don't think OC would bring the NXT tag belts to main roster. I think they would just stay down in NXT. But I think this match could be pretty fun. I think Carl Anderson is somebody who's very underrated right now, and they just don't get a lot of TV time, so for them to have a pay-per-view match, even though it's NXT, it still should be a pretty fun match. But yeah, next up, we have the women's champion on the line, where Roxanne Perez is going against Jordynne Grace, the TNA Knockouts champion. And who do you have winning this one?
For this one, I'm very split. I don't really know who to pick. Obviously, Roxanne is one of my favorites. I would like to see her on the main roster. However, she is kind of like a top star in NXT right now, and she's doing really good things here. But Jordynne Grace, on the other hand, she's just, this big, powerful, just strong woman, and Roxanne kind of relies more on speed and athleticism, I guess you could say. But yeah, this is gonna be a really interesting match. I don't really know who to pick because they could definitely go either way, but I think I will go with Jordynne Grace winning.
Yeah, I think I am going to go Roxanne, just because I think it would be a little bit crazy. I think WWE would be having a lot of trust in TNA and just a lot of trust in general with if Jordynne Grace were to win this match. So I think they keep it on Roxanne, but if Jordynne Grace were to win, I think that would be an absolute crazy moment. Kind of like as an all-time moment, I feel like, in WWE, because first time an outsider comes in, wins the belt on a WWE pay-per-view, and it would be pretty wild. But yeah.
Yeah, I did hear that Jordynne Grace was doing an open challenge on the next upcoming TNA pay-per-view, and I do expect that to be a WWE person or NXT in particular. A lot of people are saying that Tatum Paxley is going to be the person, and the reason why I said Jordynne Grace could win is because I potentially see Tatum Paxley winning a title. I don't know if it'll be the TNA one in particular or if she'll just win back the NXT title. But that's kind of how I think that story will play out with Jordynne Grace winning.
Yeah, we also seen, speaking of people might be going to NXT to TNA. I think it was Brooks Jensen I think it was Brooks Jensen. He came out during the commercial break and was like talking to Booker and Vic Joseph and kind of made like a vignette on Twitter and was like, maybe I'll make an impact somewhere else. So maybe he'll show up as well in TNA. I don't know what his roof would be there, but hey, I would be very interested in that. But yeah, I'm going to take Roxanne Perez to win the belt at the end of the day. But in our main event, assuming that is the main event, we have Trick Williams take on Ethan Page for the NXT champion. And who do you have for this one?
I will go with Trick Williams. I do think that'd be a little bit crazy for Ethan Page's first match to be not only a pay-per-view, not only a title match, but then to win the title at a pay-per-view. I think that'd be a little insane. But, they've done crazier things. I guess you could make it work in some way, somehow. He does some dirty trick to win or whatever. But yeah, I do think Trick's going to win. Yeah,
I got Trick as well. I did really enjoy Ethan Page tonight on NXT. He felt like a big-name guy and felt like this superstar-like, and just he felt right in WWE. So glad to see him. Seems like we'll get some cool stuff out of him in NXT. But yeah, I'm going to go Trick Williams. Like you said, just don't think they would let him win the title in his first match on a pay-per-view. So yeah, Trick Williams. What is the match you're most excited for this card, though?
Definitely the Roxanne Perez versus Jordynne Grace. Roxanne Perez is probably my favorite person in all of NXT. I just like the character. I like her matches. I think she's really good. And yeah, I think she's a future star. And Jordynne Grace, I mean, you could say the same for her as well.
Yeah, I think for me, I am really interested in that women's North American champion match. We've seen, obviously, the inaugural men's North American champion at NXT New Orleans, and that was an absolute crazy ladder match. And I hope they do some similar things. Maybe not the exact same match, obviously, but maybe some references from that match. And yeah, I'm just really excited for that one. But yeah, that is NXT Battleground predictions. Let us know your predictions down in the comments below, and we will catch you guys in the next video.